I don't want to be buried in this pet cemetery. 'Tis a movie's load of fucking bullshit. The only reason I saw this film, and the next film we'll talk about, which you'll find out soon what that is. Very nice guy named Tony on Facebook sent me a message saying, "Hey Matt, sending you $18 on PayPal for a review of these two films." I'm like, hey, $18 is $18. 18 is better than 0. So then I watched this piece of shit. Now, the original Pet Sematary I liked. I don't love it. It's not one of my favorite Stephen King movies, but I liked it. I liked it, the direction by Mary Lambert. I liked the cast, Dale Midkiff, Denise Crosby, Miko Hughes, who's the little kid. I even like Pet Sematary too. No brain, no pain. I think that's not that bad of a sequel. So, the best way I could start it, whether you like or hate the original Pet Sematary, there's the one scene where the little boy gets killed, Gage, and the father is trying to get to the kid, barely just that close, but still too far. And the way that scene is directed, the way it plays out, the just blood-curdling, haunting scream that the father, played by Dale Midkiff, gives, which I can't do, because it wouldn't be up to par. And the direction of Mary Lambert in that scene of this, like, one of the most haunting screams I've ever seen in a film is the father in the original movie screaming at the death of his kid. You know, no. And the direction and the editing of going to a picture of the boy with his mom, then another picture of the boy and his dad amongst the screams of the father, and then a picture of the boy with the entire family. That's a powerful sequence. Whether you like or hate the movie, that's a powerful fucking sequence. Again, the most haunting scream, probably the most haunting scream I can remember in a movie. And there's nothing like that in this fucking film. There's not one moment, there's not one scene that does any of that shit. Not even fucking close. Seeing this movie just makes you go, this was fucking pointless. The only reason this film was made is because Stephen King's It was a huge hit, box office bonanza. So they looked around and they said, what other Stephen King can we redo? Oh, Pet Sematary. I'm sure they're going to do Cujo sometime. I'm sure they're going to do... They're doing that sequel to The Shining, Dr. Sleep, which I like Ewan McGregor, but I'll wait for a trailer on that. But this one, it's just, it was, you could call it another adaptation of the novel. Never read the novel. So when I say remake, I know people, well, it's not really a remake, it's another adaptation of the novel. Well, I heard that not a whole lot was fucking changed, and then the shit change was like, whatever. The shit change was the little fucking kids wearing goofy ass mask of a horse, being a horse's ass or a fucking pig, and then walking down the path, which looked more goofy as fuck than scary or creepy. Once in a while you hear whispers in the wind, so that might be the Wendigo, but that's all you get of it. Because I think that is a part of the novel, the Wendigo aspect. You hear referenced in the story, and then a couple whispers. A shitload of jump scares. That's one of the problems with this film. Literally like 7 minutes in, you get a fucking jump scare where a big truck passes by. And jump scare abuse. There's even a fucking jump scare where the father, this time played by Jason Clarke, he's the guy who was John Connor in Terminator Genisys. He's in the basement. He thinks he hears something. He goes into a certain patch of the basement, and a fucking headlights of a truck go towards him. I'm like, so a truck in a basement almost hit him. But it was a vision. It was a fucking nightmare. What? I mean, it was a jump scare. It was another shitty fucking jump scare. And it plays off a lot like the original. I mean, it makes sense in a way that if it's trying to adapt the same story, it kind of makes sense. But to me, this film didn't really add anything to the table to make you go, wow, I'm glad they made this version. Really. You still have a father, the mother, the little boy, and the older daughter, the fourth, and the cat named Church. They get to the house. There's a pet cemetery spelled wrong in the back. They meet the older character Judd, this time played by John Lithgow. I don't think John Lithgow was bad. Fred, I want to say Fred Gwynn. I might have gotten his name wrong. You know, from the Munsters. He was in the original. I thought he did a better job than John Lithgow, but John Lithgow, I liked him as an actor. He was fine, I thought. Some people may disagree. I mean, he's doing the best he could with the material, but it did make me go, oh wow, I'm glad this movie exists because of that. Jason Clarke, he's so-so as the father. I think he's better here than he was in Terminator Genesis. I mean, he's so-so. I could take him or leave him. I thought the mom was pretty bad. I don't remember the actress's name. I thought the mom was pretty fucking awful. I don't know, just her vibe, her spiel, she just didn't do anything for me. The little girl was a little girl. I didn't think she was that annoying. Okay. The little boy Gage, he says maybe 7 words in the movie, and he wasn't annoying. He was there. That's the thing. Like, a good chunk of this film is just boring. Really, at the end of the day, it's a very boring film. It's a very mad, boring with shitty jump scares and shit you've seen, and I've seen done better. Like the whole backstory with the mom and her sister Zelda, who had a fucked up back. The lady. I say that because I think it was like a guy who played her in the original. It's supposed to be the mom's sister. That seemed like more of her. If you're comparing the two, the one in the original was more creepy than this one. This one, they tried too hard, and they add this thing where the sister dies because the mom, when she was a little kid, put the dinner in the dumbwaiter, and the dumbwaiter goes up, and it fucks up. So I guess the sister, for some fucking reason, decided to crawl in the fucking dumbwaiter and fell in the dumbwaiter, and the dumbwaiter crashed, and then the sister was dead. It kind of, I was almost laughing. I'm like, wait a minute, why did she go in the dumbwaiter? I know her spine's fucked up, but did it make her a moron too? Did IQs drop sharply when I was away? Like, and like, she fell in the dumbwaiter. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking dumb. And throughout the film, the mom sees visions of her. Oh yeah, the stuff like in the original where the lead character's a doctor, there's this patient who dies. But I don't know, even that in the original was a bit more memorable. Like the actor, like I felt like that actor with the small screen time did more as the dead guy in the original than this. And I don't know how it is in the novel. It seemed like in the original he actually tried to warn the lead. But here it seems like the ghost is more working for evil spirits, whatever the fuck it is. Maybe I got it all wrong and went through my fucking head. Maybe one's more like the novel than the other, but I don't know, just I have more of a memorable part with that character in the original than this. This guy was I barely remember him fucking speaking when he spoke. I barely understood what the fuck he was saying other than the ground is sour. And then they find the cat dead. They bring the cat. And actually, John Lithgow's character says that the lead guy is ready to bury the cat in the regular Pet Sematary. And then Judd goes, hey, we're going to go over here. Because Judd became friends with the little girl and didn't want the little girl to be sad that her cat died. So they bury the cat. I swear, when they go deeper into the woods, there's fucking green screen of the fucking woods. Is it really that fucking tough to go find a fucking patch of woods? Fucking Blair Witch Project did that. It cost 5 cents. And it's like, well, we want to have specific look. You know what? Just because you could doesn't mean you should. It doesn't make it creepier to see your fucking green screen woods in the background when you're going deeper. So of course the cat comes back. I'll give credit to the cat trainer. The cat, whoever trained the cat, did a good job because the cat you know, did what it was supposed to do. Yeah, that's great praise, but praise is praise. And of course it goes crazy. He scratches the little girl while she's brushing it. The cat brings a bird that's dying onto the couple's bed. That's where the parents are getting freaked out and having their own fucking literally each parent gets their own fucking jump scare. First the father with the fucking basement and the truck almost hitting him vision, and then the next scene is like the mom getting a fucking jump scare where she's looking around and she opens up her medicine cabinet in the bathroom and then there's a hole in it. She looks up and then it's like the inside of a dumbwaiter. Zelda comes down. Like, oh! I'm like, Jesus Christ. Enough with the fucking jump scares. Does anyone actually like jump scares? Should take a vote. Who actually... Yeah, a great jump scare can work. Exorcist 3 is a prime example of that. One jump scare. If you've seen the film, you know what scene I'm talking about. In the hospital. But because they're not doing it every 5 fucking minutes. And none of these jump scares are good. It's not like, oh, I saw the film. Remember that jump scare where a truck in the basement almost hit the dad? No. So what the fuck are you doing it for? Be creepy, be atmospheric, not this shit. So the dad doesn't know what to do. He's going to inject the cat, then he doesn't. So he leaves the cat in the middle of a road, but not like that. It's in the middle of a road, but it's a road where there's no cars can get through because there's like a barricade and things. So like no cars are going to come by to hit it. He just leaves it there. Just let her run away, let her do whatever. But then it's the girl's birthday party, and she sees her cat walking down the road. And the movie tries to do this misdirection where, oh, if you've seen the original film and the book, you think it's going to be a little boy Gage. But they gave it away in the damn trailer. If you watch the trailer, you know it's the little girl that dies. So, like, this whole misdirection doesn't work when you gave it away in the trailer. So, you're like, we know there's no suspense. There's no suspense. So then, the dad gets Gage. The guy driving the truck swerves, and as he swerves, the tanker, like the back of it, catches off, slides towards the girl, cuts away, and I'm like, that's like at the 52-minute mark of this hour-and-a-half movie. And before that, I'm like, man, this is boring and lame. Not that characters aren't that interesting. I like John Lithgow, but that's mainly because I like the actor. Jason Clarke is so-so. The cat, good animal training. That's really all I've gotten. The score, I don't remember a damn note. The jump scares are annoying as piss, and then the wind. And at that point, I'm like, this is boring. Then when it gets to this scene, I'm like, fuck you, movie. Because, again, like I said at the beginning, when you compare it to the original, well, you can't. Yes, I can, because it's the same fucking title. Obviously, when you want to do a remake or another, you want to do it better, correct? This was not better. Thus, it's fucking pointless. So, it's just no direction to this compared to the original. It's no sound, just music, and Jason Clarke slowly going on the road. There's a girl, no blood on the girl, perfectly intact. At least with the original, they didn't show the body of Gage after the accident. They just had to show like the one shoe and let your imagination play and the sound of the view of the father screaming and then here you see the little girl in the ditch. She's like all in one piece. Like I don't remember a drop of blood on her. She just got hit by a fucking big ass part of a truck. There's no blood. Then don't show it if you don't. Like, don't let the imagination fester. And then when she comes back, all she had was like one fucking thing of stitches on her head. What about Gage? Well, that's the thing. They didn't show Gage, so you didn't know what the fuck happened. You know if they sold this, they did that. Leave it to your imagination. So, like in the first, that moment was a powerful moment, and in this movie, it's fucking fucking nothing. And then like what? The rest of the movie, the last 40 minutes, he buries the girl, doesn't talk to his wife. He buries the little girl comes back, and I don't know why they changed it from the girl to Gage. They said, oh, to show what someone's experience when they're dead. Because if it's a little boy, he's not going to be able to act much, but this little girl, now she can act like, well, what? Bullshit. All that happens is she walks in zombie state, is in a bathtub while the father's brushing her hair, mumbling her words. I remember my birthday, you know. And then in bed, am I dead? Oh, you came back. Came back from where? Will you stay here? Like that's all that happens. So, what's this fucking depth you're talking about, movie makers? Oh, we changed it here. Did it? There's no depth. Maybe the depth of people's pockets is spent their fucking money on it. Now it's empty. Oh yeah, when the father was burying the girl, there was this laughable yeah when he's like burying or digging the shit up to bury her. This is one more was just so laughable. Yeah, it's trying to be. I guess him yelling and being mad, but just fuck came off as hilarious. And then like dialogue, like the little girl goes, "I can hear the woods." Yeah, go in there and fucking live there with the Blair Witch. Get the fuck out of here. And then next morning she's doing fucking ballerina because well, okay, she's not doing about, let me reword that. She was a ballerina, so she has the ballerina outfit on. The dad says stop. She has a tantrum throwing shit. John Lithgow comes by. He overhears John Lithgow, so immediately goes towards him, this cat and mouse, and does like the same thing where stabs him in the fucking ankle. Only it wasn't under the bed because there's a moment where he slides. I did like trying like oh it's gonna be under the bed like the first one, like the original, and Lithgow actually kicks the bed in order to see if anyone's under there. Okay, is that what your point movie trying to do a couple swerves? Not worth it. Wasn't much to it. Instead, he gets cut in the same fucking spot with the going down the stairs. And then even Judd in the original got a memorable death. This wasn't even a memorable death. Remember the original where the death's like, and like that? It's like, ooh. Here is just, she jumps on him and like stabs him, and you don't see anything. You just hear John Lithgow, as she stabs down. And it's like fucking lame compared to the original with that one, and you see the cut here and here across Judd's face. Oh, you mean they have to do the same thing? No, but do another creative death. Fucking nothing. The mom and the little boy come home, and the mom stared. How come you didn't call me? The father comes in. Here's our daughter. Of course, the mom steered the shit. She takes the little boy. They go up, and then like 2 minutes later, the girl tries to stab her mom. She lowers her boy down. The father gets it. The mom gets stabbed a couple times in the stomach. The dad goes up, tries to help her. He gets knocked out by the little girl. The little girl dragged her mom all the fucking way through the woods, all the way over this gigantic fucking. Well, she's a dead girl, but she's not Superwoman. She fucking still. She doesn't have the strength of 10 men. She's still dragging a grown ass woman all the way down the fucking path, down through the fucking roads, probably across the fucking ocean, the sea, and then down the fucking highway, Lowway, Tierway, Fuckway, Hershey Highway, and then goes up this whole like tall ass thing to go over, then buried her in the amount of time it took for the father to wake up and go after her. And he's finding his daughter, and then he gets stabbed in the back from the mom, who's now dead. Alive. And then the two of them bury the father, and then the three of them are dead. And the last scene is the little boy Gage is in a car, and the three of them come up, open the door, and then the movie ends. And they open this door. It's such a pointless fucking movie, man. Pointless fucking flick. Is it, even if you hate the original, I think you would hate this more because it has more has shitty jump scares, no sense of decent direction compared to Mary Lambert, who did the Pet Sematary 1 and 2. And like I said, Pet Sematary 2 is a little bit underrated. No brain, no pain. I like that line. Clancy Brown, great part of that movie. Just an asshole as this, the dad. I forget if he was a dad or a stepdad to the Edward Furlong's buddy. I haven't seen that film in a long time. I actually kind of want to watch that again. But and this is even shittier ending than the original. I know that dark ending's in the novel, but still, in the original movie, I didn't like the ending. This is even fucking worse. This is even worse. Because at least in the original, the little girl's alive, and Gage got brought back, but the father, put him to rest. And the original movie actually tried to tell a little bit of a story where grief of not letting it go, the death of a loved one, not being able to move on, can demolish you. Because that was the father's problem. That he brought his little boy back, but then he's like not learned his lesson, and takes Denise Crosby's dead wife, and even the one ghost. Again, in the original, he was more warning. Unlike this one, he's like, "Don't do it, don't do it," but he does anyway. He's like, "Oh, I didn't do it soon enough. I didn't do it in time." So again, he doesn't learn his lesson. But that was sort of the point of the original film, is the grief, and if you're not able to move on because of the death of a loved one, holding so desperately that they'll come back that it could damage you. This movie doesn't even have that. Because he didn't try to bring his wife back. The fucking little girl did after her Super Wonder Woman move of bringing this fucking lady all the way down to the fucking thing. If you don't do, my point is, they didn't even do much different compared to the original, other than instead of the boy, it was the girl, which that just makes it less tragic. I know that sounds awful, but the little boy dying just seemed more tragic than the if it was the older girl. And I don't know how else to explain it, but maybe because when you think of someone younger, you think of them as more of an innocent. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Both would be tragic, but or maybe because the way it was handled in the original film. And while that song I sang from the Ramones at the end of the first film, I never really cared for it that much because I thought it was a really abrupt, weird song to have after this very dark, depressing ending. And then I don't want to be buried in a pit. It's like, wait a minute, that's kind of a weird shift in tone. At least that song's memorable because I remembered it. I haven't seen the Pet Sematary in a while. At least it was memorable. This doesn't have any fucking music memorable. Like I can't. John Lithgow's okay. The Animal Train on the Cat is okay. That's really all I got. Like I said, shitty jump scares, a shittier ending, and I guess there's another ending they had and then reshot it. And apparently this is the lighter ending. I don't know how the fuck that works. This is the lighter ending? What the fuck was the other ending? Did you fuck the corpses too? Zombie fucking? I guess my point is, if you're doing another adaptation, if it's going to be just the fucking same, and it's not like technology. Well, I guess you could say technology has changed since 1989, the first film came out. But when I view it, I don't think of that movie as that dated. I really don't think of the movie as that dated. It's not like the Blob from the 50s compared with the Blob in the 80s, or The Fly. But yeah, people go, well, don't consider it a remake, consider another adaptation. But it doesn't really. I can count on one hand how many differences there are. Like shit, the amount of jump scares, the fucking dumbwaiter, the girl instead of a boy, the fucking ending, and you hear a couple fucking voices in the woods, which is all, and the story of Wendigo when Judd tells it to the father. That's really that's all I can think of the differences. So it's like, what the fuck's the point? Just go watch Pet Sematary 2. Which I don't even know if that film's on Blu-ray, to be honest. I don't think it is. But, yeah. People may ask, am I going to review those two films? Maybe if I get time. Maybe. I can't promise anything. But in case I don't, the first Pet Sematary film I do like. I don't love the ending, this other stuff, but it was well directed. I like the cast. And again, it has some powerful scenes like the death of Gage. Pet Sematary 2, I thought Edward Furlong was pretty decent in that. I actually had a decent ending, I thought. I liked the little difference that it was a boy wanting his mom to come back. I thought that was a nice touch on the story of the Pet Sematary, that direction. I liked the father. I can't remember his name. He was in Miracle Mile. He was Bruce in Top Gun. I can't. Anthony Edwards. That's it, Anthony Edwards. I liked him as the father. I still remember that crazy scene where the father comes in because I think he's a vet and all the kittens and cats are dead because they brought Edward Furlong's buddy's dog back. I did Clancy Brown's a lot of fun with the drill. No brain, no pain. Yeah, I love that. I'd rather talk about Pet Sematary 2 than this fucking film, so. Anyway, fuck it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Pet Sematary and go suck a dick. To stay buried, just like the movie says, sometimes dead is better. Don't resurrect the shit.